Hello students, today we shall learn about a very important topic, auxiliary. At first let us discuss what is auxiliary. Auxiliary, actually these are the form of verb. Verbs are of two types, lexical verbs, or these are also known as main verbs. Second is auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are also betterly known as helping verbs. Then auxiliary verbs are also divided into three categories: pure helping verbs and auxiliary verbs. I would like to discuss with you today about auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are those verbs which help the main verb in shading, in expressing their mood, mode and tense also. Dear, I would like to add that auxiliary verbs are not affected by the number or the gender of the noun. For example, let us take an example. He runs a car. I run a car. Here we see run is the main verb in both sentences. When the subject is pronoun he, the first form of the verb gets s after it, and when we use I as a subject, there is no need of putting s. It means main verbs are affected by the number of the subject. On the contrary, auxiliary verbs are not affected by the number, gender of the subject. Let us take example. He can run the car. He can run the car, and I can run the car. This is the basic difference between lexical verbs and auxiliary verbs. The first auxiliary verb is can. What are the uses of can? Let us learn one by one. Can is used for expressing the ability and capacity of a person. What is the difference between the ability and the capacity? Ability is the skill of a person to perform any action or task. On the contrary, capacity is the power that a person has, the physical strength. For example, I can speak 5 languages. This is my ability. I can operate computer. This is my ability. I can teach English. This is my ability. On the other hand, I can lift 100 kg weight. I can lift this box. This is my capacity. So, in present, if a person is having any ability or capacity, it is expressed by using auxiliary can. The second use of can is it is used for giving and taking permission. Generally we use auxiliary may for giving and taking permission, but can is also used for giving and taking permission. There is a little bit difference when we use can instead of a may. May is used where the situation is very familiar, but can is used where the person is somewhat less familiar with you. For example, can I use your pen? Can I use your mobile phone? Can you lend me 100 rupees? These are the words where we use auxiliary can for taking permission. In the same way, it is used for giving the permission also. Yes, you can use my pen. Yes, I can lend you 100 rupees. So for giving and taking permission, can is also used. The third use is it is used to express the theoretical possibilities. What are the theoretical possibilities? Let us take the example. The petrol cars can run faster than the diesel cars. In build quality, in theory, it is possible. Electricity can be dangerous to anyone. Possibility is there. So these are the physical or theoretical possibilities that can be expressed by using can. And the fourth and final use of can is it is used to express the habit of a person or the manner of a person. For example, a deceitful person can deceive anyone. A deceitful person can deceive anyone. In the same way, Saket is an honest boy. He cannot tell lie. So this is the use to express the habit or manner of a person expressed by auxiliary can. Now let us discuss about uses of a could. Could is the past tense of a can. It is used in such a way. Let us take the example of a direct speech sentence. He said to me, I can run the car. When we shall change it into indirect speech, said to will convert into told. He told me. To remove inverted commas, we shall use that. I will change according to the subject of the reporting verb. Then it will be he. Can will change into could. May will change into might. Shall will change into should. So in such way, we make the past tense of the auxiliaries. Then the sentence will be, he told me that he could run the car. This is the use of a could as the past tense of a can. The next use is could is used as medium of expressing the ability and capacity of the past of a person. For example, I could speak 5 languages when I was 10 years old. Whether at this time I am able to or not able to speak 5 languages, but when I was only 10 years old, I could speak 5 languages. In the same way, speaking of the languages is related to the ability of a person. Then capacity, I could run 5-kilometer race when I was in 6th class. It was my physical capacity. So to express the ability and capacity of the past of a person, we shall take the help of auxiliary could. The next use of could is it is used to express the polite request, especially in interrogative sentences. For example, could you lend me your mobile phone? Could I take help of you? Could you give me some money? So these are the some of the uses of auxiliary could. Now let us learn the uses of a auxiliary may. May is used to express the permission, or it is used to take or give permission. For example, generally when a child enters in the classroom, he asks the teacher, may I come in, teacher? In the same way, the teacher gives the child permission, yes child, you may come in. Or you may use more sentences, may I start this game? The teacher may give you permission, yes you may start now. Next use of may is it is used to express the possibility. This is the major use of a auxiliary may. What are the possibilities? Possibilities may be certain or uncertain about happening of any event. Likewise, the sky is filled with clouds. It may rain today. It may be possible that Ram may come at this place at any time. The train may arrive here at any moment. So these are the possibilities. Next is it is used to make or express any wish, prayer or blessing in optative sentences. For example, may God bless you. May you live long. May God help you in getting you successful. These are some of the common of a uses to express any of desire, prayer or blessing to any person. And the last use of may is it is used to express some purpose. When the principal clause is in present tense, when the principal clause is in a present tense, we use may. When the principal clause is connected with subordinate clause with a so that or in order. Let us take example. We eat so that we may live. I sleep late. I sleep late so that I may win the scholarship. I study hard So these are some of the common uses of a may. Now let us discuss about the uses of auxiliary might. Might is the past tense of a may. Very simple, from direct to indirect speech. When we change any sentence, the tense is changed when the reporting verb is in the past tense. So here it is a sentence, he said, you may go now. It will be now. He said that, to remove inverted commas, he said that he might go then. Now will also change into then, and may will also change into might. The next use of might is, it is used to express the lesser possibilities. Lesser possibilities in comparison of can, may, then might. Can is used to express the stronger possibilities. May is used lesser possibilities than can, and might is used lesser possibilities in comparison of a might. For example, it is blowing a strong wind outside, it might rain. But if we say the sky is filled with clouds, in that case we shall say the sky is filled with clouds, it may rain. But now I am saying that the wind is blowing outside, it might rain. So possibilities are lesser, that's why I am using here might. And the next use of might is, it is also used to express making polite request. We use can to take permission, to make request, could to make request. In the same way, may is also used to express the request. In the same way, when we make very polite request, we use might also. For example, might I sit with you? Might you help me? So these are some of the uses of a might, and today we discussed about the uses of a can, could, may and a might. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you.